Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between IPKtrust and feynn on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is IPKtrust. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is feynn. Possibly feynn. I'm going to call him feynn, though, just because it is my cast. Alright, so again, if you're new to Into the Void, welcome aboard. This is our weekly examination of Bronze and Silver League gameplay. We're here to have fun. We're here to learn stuff. We're here to educate people on how to be better at this great game that is called StarCraft that has so many fans worldwide. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the comments and the love I get from people on Twitter, on Facebook, on the YouTubes, of people from all over the world, from Peru, from Germany, from Brazil, from Korea, from South Africa. I think even somebody from, I want to say, I'm trying to remember where this was. Trying to remember, Turkey maybe? Somewhere right around in that part of the world. But either way, I appreciate so much all the love and outpouring I get from you guys every day. It's what keeps me going, and I really do appreciate it. All right, so feynn matched up here against a Zerg, or a Terran player rather, is going for a extractor into pool rather. Got just enough gas to get speed, and he is going to go for lings all the live long day. That is his plan right now. Now, a pro tip from Falcon Paladin is you start out with so many workers in Legacy of the Void, you can't spend all of your money on a single hatchery. You can't do it. Even if you're doing this crazy, super aggressive Zerg stuff, get another hatch. Just do it. At this point, at about 20 supply, just go get another hatch. You're already starting to get up to 200 or 300 minerals. You should be able to see what's happening here. But instead, it looks like feynn is just going to sit here on one base, and I just feel like that is a mistake. We'll see how that works out for him. It could actually prove to be a little bit more efficient than I expect. But either way, it's a barracks into a factory here from our friend IPKtrust. Luckily for him, he did not go... Whoa, hatchery. He did not go for a quick command center because there are lings on the way waiting for their brethren here at the Zelnaga Watchtower. And here they come now. Can't wait for speed. It's not going to get there in time, but actually throwing up a hatchery up here is feynn. I love it. I love this decision from feynn. Quicker reinforcements, that's for sure. You can still mine from here just as well as you can mine from this location, but here come the lings. Is there anything to defend against this? There's a single marine holding the line, desperately shooting at these lings with his Gauss rifle, moving back the wounded lings. Look at this micro from feynn. Beautiful micro from feynn. However, the problem is he's not going to knock anything down here at all. The SCV repairing this supply depot, another SCV repairing this one here, and feynn doesn't lose a single ling whatsoever. There are more of these marines coming out. A single Hellion too, ready to rock, and these are all very low health lings, but secret, Zerg units regenerate health pretty darn quickly, so hey, they should be fine. Up to 100% health in just a couple of minutes here. Meanwhile, IPKtrust, he's not worried. He's not rattled. He's just going to go ahead and top down factory over here, throw up a bunker, recognizing that early ling harassment is something feynn is trying to do, and he's still making a command center. He is still making a command center, and he's getting a starport, and he is also continuing to make SCVs. Look at this guy go. Look at him go. It is currently 24 to 21 total harvesters. He has more than the Zerg player because, again, a lot of those early larvae were spent on lings. A Roach Warren popping in from feynn, and again, he does have this other base. He's not really mining from it yet, but he is making a drone. Okay, another pro tip. If you make an expansion, you have to right-click on the minerals and tell where you want these to go. It's not like your first hatchery, where the drones and the SCVs and the probes automatically start mining. If you make an expansion, you have to right-click. There you go. Right-click on the mineral patch where you want them to go when they pop, and when they pop, they will go there automatically. Excellent. Spine crawlers popping up here too from feynn. What is he? I don't think IPKtrust even knows about this thing. No, IPKtrust has no idea. He is running with his Hellion right past those lings, just buzzing them. Gonna try to get in here and scout, and he's not gonna see a base. He's gonna say, what? Is feynn sitting on one base? What is this insanity? All right, popping into the main here to see what's happening. Does see the Roach Warren, and these lings want him dead. Two queens especially, that's enough. Single Hellion had no chance, but it was a nice scout, great scout by IPKtrust. We're going to call Trust from now on, because again, that's way too many syllables. And Spine Crawler's moving down. feynn is he going to assault this natural base with spines? Holy smokes, it might be a spine rush here from feynn. He is using creep tumors to continually press that creep towards the opponent's base. He has a queen with a lot of energy, ready to do this. Another queen up here, just in case he needs more. But these two creep tumors and a third one possibly should be enough to get up here pretty darn quickly. Meanwhile, some liberators do show up from Trust, lock down this base entirely. The Queen's trying to stab away. Can they kill them before they die? No, I don't think so. Oh, they do get one. They get one before they get shot right in the face and killed there. This Liberator still has most of this space completely locked down. The drones just transfer to this base. They'll mine here. No big deal. They don't mind where they work. But in the meantime, this main base is totally shut down. Feynn, you got to deal with this. The way that Liberators deal with eggs, too, very important here. Can actually kill units in production before they pop. Ooh, and actually getting kills for that too. 11, 12 kills. More. Every larva that pops out gets instantly killed. That roach managed to survive somehow, some way. But look at these spine crawlers. Spine crawlers stabbing away at a command center. This single tank on the high ground on the ramp does get taken down by a Ravager and some roaches and some lings. This base is totally forfeit. I don't know how Trust can win this. Good bunker though. Bunker placement pretty good. I feel like Feynn should just really come up this ramp. There it is. Comes up the ramp. Going to try to take down that bunker. The roaches and the lings and the Queen, and the bunker does fall. But the Liberator is here to save the day. The Queen needs to be in a position to deal with it. And can it get out of the circle? Yes. Yes, it barely gets out of the circle there. Continues to stab away at air units, but staying inside the circle of doom. And the Queen dies. Feynn should not have let that happen. The single Ravager does get a corrosive bile off on that Liberator, so that is pretty good stuff. Roaches on that ramp should move up just a little bit so they can all attack at once, but as it stands, they're going to die because that Liberator is ready to go. Ravager does manage to take out the Liberator. Wow, single Marine pops on out. The Roach deals with that, no big deal. This Roach getting surrounded by SCVs. You don't see that every day. A tank coming out doesn't even kill anything before it gets killed by the Ravager and these Roaches. These SCVs are in a ton of trouble. Run, SCVs, run for your lives. They can't fight this. You can't fight this, and they can't. They decided to run back. Oh, two Liberators are here for Trust, and using that Defender mode to keep the SCVs alive. The Roaches, however, are going after this refinery, forcing a liftoff of this command center. Trust recognizes there are no mutas, there are no hydras, there are no queens here. Nothing can hit this thing. Might as well fly it off somewhere else. Lings try to come in, but two Liberators, a couple Marines. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle there. A tank on the high ground as well, trying to snipe down at the spine crawler that has 3 kills to its name. But it will die very quickly to this siege tank from long range. Meanwhile, anything happening back here? No, 2 Liberators just again keeping this under lockdown. Trust knows what he's doing. Every single larva that tries to pop there dies. Again, Trust does not know about this base, but I don't know what else you would expect here. If you're the Terran player. That creep had to come from somewhere, and unless Feynn went for a very quick lair and started pooping down creep with an Overlord and then threw down a creep tumor, I'm not sure how this would be possible. But continuing to macro is Trust. He has a lot of minerals in the bank. Might as well use them, is his line of thinking. Couple Marines there as well. Liberators scouting on out, trying to see what they can do. Is there anything here to defend? There is a Spore Crawler. 2 Spore Crawlers. Okay, so Feynn wants to make sure this doesn't happen to him again. Yes, he basically lost his main base, which is a shame, but not losing this one is a pretty darn big priority. Liberator, Defender mode. It's time to go. Liberator scouting on out as well. A big attack here with Roaches and Ravagers, taking out that tank with 2 of the Ravagers. Well done. Where is the Liberator Defender mode? Oh, Marine. Marine overextending just a little bit, but so close to the circle. Corrosive Biles do hit. Not enough to actually kill the Liberator quite yet here. This Liberator trying to do some stuff, locking stuff down, up to 7 kills. Queen might stab it. However, this Liberator cleaning up on the other side here too. Liberator holding it down, says I can take out a single Queen. Watch me go, and does get it. Oh, Liberator, 10 kills. So gutsy. Big attack on up here, going for it. Roaches and Lings and Ravagers, but the Liberator is just crushing through everything. Yes, this barracks is going to fall, but that's a lot of dead Ravagers, a lot of dead Roaches. All that's left is just a smattering of Zergs. This base under complete assault. I'm not sure if Trust is babysitting his Liberators enough here. Run, Liberators. Oh, one dies immediately. This one too is not long for this world. Meanwhile, these Lings are trying to take out all the buildings. I think sneakily Trust has landed here. I think Feynn thinks this is all that Trust has left. Okay, another pro tip. If the game does not say your opponent is being revealed, they still have a command center somewhere. Go and find it. Actually, 2 command centers. I guess that was the natural that Trust tried to land, and this is the main that was relocated. So Lings are just trying to find areas where they can take down buildings and kill Marines without incurring the wrath of that Liberator. This Liberator is still alive. How did that happen? Is there another one? Maybe there... Oh, it came from over here. Okay, so left this space alone. Meanwhile, Ling's very intelligently getting out. What? Hey, that Ling was outside the circle when the Liberator shot it. This animation style is weird. Okay, so if you're Feynn right now, Feynn thinks that's it. Feynn thinks this is all his opponent has. Doesn't know about this base. Doesn't know about... Where's that other command center? Here. Oh, okay, so it's just here as well. So it doesn't know about either of these things. Trying to knock down these rocks. Good assumption making by Feynn here. Saying, where would my opponent go? Liberator sets up shop though. Says, you try to knock down these rocks, I will shoot you in the back of the head. This Liberator holding down the ramp. And I feel like Trust might be able to retake this base, but I don't know, man. Liberator setting up shop, taking out a Ling. From the high ground, Hellions, Marines trying to kill stuff coming right on up here. Hellion Hellion gets surrounded, but that's just fine. Another Hellion getting killed by Lings. No, it lives. It lives. Oh, the Ravager finishes it off there. Corrosive Bile taking down another Liberator. Fenn's pretty good with Corrosive Bile for a lower league player. I'm going to say that he is. Worker count is 12-5. Fenn has 5 drones remaining. He could probably drone it pretty hard up here considering the Liberators are gone. And here as well, if he wanted to, but I think he's stuck in the mindset that if I keep the pressure up, if I keep up the pressure, I will be able to beat this Terran player. But the longer he keeps doing this, and the more Trust macros up and continues getting additional workers and additional mules, the farther behind Fenn is going to fall. Widowmines mixed in here for Trust. I like that decision making. Liberator wants to lock down this base again. There's only a single drone here, so I mean, yeah, congratulations, you took it out, but not really that much. Roaches and Ravagers overextending just a little bit. Corrosive Bile taking out the Widowmine. Once again, professional level Corrosive Biles from Fenn. The other decision making and macro maybe not as good, but that's a-okay. Trust muling up like a mad dog. Income definitely favoring our Terran friends. 70-5 total harvesters, but they do break through. Oh no, the Liberators left for something else, and the Roaches and the Ravagers are here, and there's nothing to defend all these guys at all. Once again, forced to lift off and retreat. The SCVs desperately trying to slip past here without being noticed, but the mules get completely destroyed. Still 3 mules here. Where are they going? Where is there a safe place to be? I don't know. They're running across creep, which has got to be so darn scary. Maybe coming back into the main. Liberator setting up a safe zone here on the ramp and just floating the command centers back on in. This orbital command might die just from Corrosive Bile entirely, but I think these SCVs are ready to repair. They are. They're coming right underneath this thing, repairing it, saving it from a fate worse than death, which is exploding and falling to the ground and breaking into a million pieces. Anything here, Fenn? Fenn? Bueller? Nope, Fenn is not doing anything at his main base anymore. He has completely given that up for dead. Ravagers waiting on that cooldown, and yeah, not a bad aim at all. But I think the SCVs should be able to save this one too. The creep is on the high ground. You don't see this very much. Creep on the high ground, but the tank splashing down on everything. Liberator is just the Ravagers. If they can see it, they'll be able to kill it. I'm just not sure that Fenn has the Overseers or the Overlords that he needs to get up there and check things out and aim for his Ravager friends. Alright, so landing back inside his main base. Trust is back home. It's a reunion of sorts. Here come the Ravagers, but there aren't enough. Not enough Ravagers. Oh, there is enough Ravagers. I'm a liar. There was enough for 1 Ravager to take out that Liberator, but there are tanks and Marines now, and that is not good news for these Roaches who do take extra damage from the tanks. 1 tank, 2 tank, 50 damage versus armor, just like Immortals. They are Roach's worst friends, to be sure. Refineries here, single SCV here. Trust continuing to make workers, continuing to make Widowmines, 14-9 harvesters. Workers killed, 46 workers killed by Fenn, and yet he's still down in worker count. This is nuts. Macro for IPKtrust really winning this thing, knocking down these unbuildable rocks, because when you are on edge, when you're hanging by a thread, you got to get rid of that misclick threat. That's what I always say. Spore Crawlers, Spine Crawlers defending this base. The only thing that Fenn has going for him right now. Oh, he has started repopulating his main. Okay, Fenn, you might have this thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much faith, but at the same time here, Trust is stuck on 1 base. Doesn't look like he's able to expand anytime soon. Could do some scans, though, and get rid of these creep tumors. That would probably be a good decision. What did he scan instead? Oh, he scanned the main. He tried to see if feynn is back, and guess what? Feynn is back. Where are your liberators, friend? Did you lose all of your starports? I think maybe he lost all of his starports. All right, the Marines do clear out the creep tumors. This creep should recede fairly quickly, allowing Trust to replant, or plant for the first time. His natural, I guess, is what that would be. Marauders on the way. Marauders very good against roaches. I like that decision-making from Trust. And Stim coming up. I'd like to see a starport, though. More liberators and more medevacs to heal these guys up would be invaluable right now. Unfortunately, Trust is supply blocked. He is making a supply depot. It should be a temporary situation, and there it is. Indeed, but he will get there very shortly again unless he makes yet another one of those things. So there's that creep starting to recede. Tanks all over the place. Okay, 2 tanks, some marauders, some fairly low health Marines there too, scanning on up. And does he still, I mean, yes, he knows about that base. Derp. Feynn says, I might have overextended with pressure. Yeah, Feynn, you might have. And it's just going to be hard to come back. Although it's 20 to 17 harvesters, Feynn doing great, actually, with that worker count. Trust saying this is an intense game. Yes, it is, Trust. I'm going to agree with you on that one. Both players on average 135 and 132 APM, respectively, which is great for Silver and Bronze League level game. But I guess when you're under a pressure like that, so hard as Trust was, and when you're just desperately trying to micro as hard as Feynn has been so far, that's what happens. Another dead Hellion? No, live Hellion! Live Hellion manages to make it with 3 hit points to his name. This guy looks scared, and he should be, because he just absolutely almost got destroyed by the evil swarm. So it's going to be Ravagers forever for Feynn, trying to do this thing. Both players fairly supply blocked right now. Baneling Nest coming up for Feynn. Starport, there we go. There's that starport that Trust actually needs, and additional supply depots continuing to keep those coming. Feynn not really doing so good on the Overlord stuff, and there's one. There's one now, but that's exactly what you expect to see. Is again, players can start out with good plans, but man, as soon as you make contact with that enemy, your macro kind of starts to slip. Your ability to make decisions into the future kind of starts to slip as well. So here we go. Tanks on the high ground. Widowmine mixed in here too, just for any attempted Ling run-bys. Marines and Marauders being very brave. Walking down that ramp and trying to bait stuff into the tank fire. Yes, good play. A Marine did die. Creep Tumor died there too, which makes that trip entirely worth it for Trust, continuing to reseed that creep and destroy it. Tank over here and Corrosive Bile. Oh, shoot. Ravagers, man. Pretty darn good answer to tanks in Legacy of the Void. They don't take extra damage from the tanks as they're not armored. 35 damage only. But here we go. Feynn going for it. Moving down here. A lot of Ravagers, but there's so many Marines and Marauders are going to chase them back. The tank does explode. Marines dying for their country and their planet and their solar system on this ramp. More and more roaches on the way. It's 60 to 54 total supply. Army supply is 34 to 31. Once again, coming down here, not a great idea. The Ravagers taking a lot of shots here. Another one going to die. No, there's no concussive shots. Tank fire hitting their own stuff. Not the greatest look either there. There's a single spine and a queen here. I think you guys might have it with medevac support. Exactly, medevac support. These guys trying to come on in and get rid of what they can. But coming from the backside is Feynn. Does manage to get rid of that one leg, that one roach. These guys very low on health otherwise. Checking for a base here. There's not one. And the Lings pick off the Marauders. Marauders couldn't get quite into the main base, but that's A-okay. Another attack up here. Lings trying to do what they can, but these guys have stim now and some tank support. Trying to set up in positions that are advantageous. Roach, be so careful. Roach is alive. Roach is somehow alive. Ling's not looking good either. This is a small but potent force right now for Trust. If he can snipe down that spine crawler, he might actually have this game. And yes, getting rid of a lot of these Lings, trying to come on and just sprinkling in units here is Feynn, and that's it. That's the GG from Feynn. Feynn is defeated and IPKtrust is victorious. Representing Terran today, exploding a spine crawler just at the last second of this game, 19 minutes and 4 seconds. And there it goes. Incredible hold, incredible grace under fire and under pressure for Trust. He had to relocate his base 2 times. 2 times, but because of the power of the Liberator and the power of the tank, which did super well for him. 15 kills on that one. And Fenn's over-exuberance and overextension of his units did not ever really macro up after that first attack failed. Continued just trickling in small bits of Zerglings and small bits of Roaches and Ravagers. Couldn't ever quite get to the point to destroy the Terran player, and that's what bit him in the backside, and that's what caused him to lose. So, Well played by Trust, well played by feynn, but Terran gets the win today, and congratulations to IPKtrust. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. If you'd like me to cast your Into the Void replay, go ahead and send your excellent Into the Void replay, bronze or silver, to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. I will send it to my screeners. They will say, this one looks good, and send it back, and then I will cast the one that they sent me back. That's the situation. Okay, so you can also find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin, twitter.com/FalconPaladin, facebook.com/FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars, you're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, and you're running into the void. You go searching into the void into the void.